we've had conversations with a friend of ours,
Mm-hmm.
and he believes in creationism pretty deeply.
Yes, he's a very right-winged thinker.
So, we just admitted that there's a section of existence that we're not going to understand and that we'll never be able to comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of saying, like, well, I believe in the Big Bang and definitely not the creationism part. Could creationism be that thing that we will never be able... I'm just asking a question.
Sure.
Never be able to understand and never be able to comprehend, but it might have been the reason. Just to play devil's advocate. So basically my question is, could it be both? Could it be as in, like, there was a fourth dimension and we did come from a collapsing fourth dimension star or whatever like that, but it was done by maybe
someone who intentionally did it. Me being a possibilist, I think that's totally a thing that could have happened. That could have been an intentional thing that was done to send life into another dimension.
Right. The creator, quote unquote, could have been like, well, it's time for this dimension to close down. Yeah. And when I do this, it's going to open up a new one, so I'm just going to put that over there and let that marinate a little bit. Right.
Can I tell you why that seems very possible to me?
Because of the Matrix.
Exactly. No. Michio Kaku is a theoretical physicist. He's a big hero of mine. Yeah, he's a big hero of mine. He's done some extensive talks about this. The reason why I think that it's possible that our creation within our dimension, within our universe, we'll say, might have been intentional is because within our own future as a human civilization, as conscious life, possibly the only one that exists, possibly, but not, I don't think so. That being the case, we are intelligent enough to know that within the future of the universe's life, everything will expand to the point where the stars and everything are so distant that it's going to get cold. And eventually all of the hydrogen that fuels every star that exists will burn out. There's going to be no chance of life anywhere within our universe, which is super bleak.
I was going to bring that up.
Which is super bleak. But this is like trillions and trillions of years in the future. Like, unimagined. Nothing has existed this long yet.
We ain't gonna make it.
The only reason why we're alive right now is from the heat from the Big Bang still. Is that
in part, technically, yeah, because the universe is so young and it has all this stuff in it that can make these things happen. So knowing this, if we want to be able to continue life, because that's what life does, if we want to be able to continue that, we'll have to literally find a way to leave our dimension.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
Right.
But before that, you have to start going towards the bang site.
The bang site? You're making the bang site, is what I'm getting down to.
No, I mean, because I don't think we'd be able to leave the dimension before...
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to leave the dimension before we get to another sun.
So you're saying... I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ben.
But, like, I think before we leave the dimension, we wouldn't be advanced enough, Like before
you don't think by the time we would have to leave our universe,
our galaxy,
our dimension, not our galaxy,
the universe,
not our galaxy or universe, our dimension.
I'm talking about the galaxy, not the universe. We'd have to move from sun to sun.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So there are more pressing matters.
Yeah,
that is true. That is very true. So our sun will die before any of this will ever happen.
Our galaxy will die first.
Yes, very true.
We'll move to a newer galaxy.
But I think the point is, like, they want the human race to survive, so it's like they're hopefully there's a way to get from our sun to a new sun, and then from a new sun to a new sun, and the human race as a whole being, you know what I mean?
We're gonna have massive ships, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just a few, like Interstellar is gonna be, where it's just like a few people make it and they recolonize within each other and they start having incest to happen. And, I mean, that's how it started, man. Like, there's only if the Bible's true or whatever, Adam and Eve, there was only two people. They started f***ing each other.
If that's the case, if you think about it though, and we spawned from multi-celled organisms, at no point was there ever any sort of incest going on. Maybe, I mean, but not intentional incest or weird. I'm into that kind of incest.
So you're saying that when we evolved and human beings started to become human beings, it was like there was a bunch of human beings that started to become human beings at the same time, and not just a few human beings.
Exactly. Right. So, So it wasn't like,
a bunch of
boom,
fish.
all of a sudden here are two humans. They had it has to be them.
It had to have been a race
of things
evolving.
similar enough. Yeah.
Right. And
exactly.
Then it expanded.
Evolving.
But don't you think? No. Yeah. Never mind. So back to what you were saying before, when you were saying that we'd have to leave this dimension to go into a new one.
Yeah.
That's basically what was going on when the Big Bang happened. Possibly the universe collapsed and they had to leave that dimension to get to a new dimension, and that's what made the. But
in this situation, I don't think that it's possible that just straight up humans did it.
Right.
I think what would have had to have been sent through dimensions, basically, would have been just the basic elements of life.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the podcast tonight. We really appreciate you guys leaving those comments.
Peace out.
Peace out.